Hi everyone, a BMW E46 325i, a touring, .5 6-cylinder. There was a problem misfiring on cylinders 4, 5 and 6. After checking these spark plugs, nothing could be found wrong. The gap was maybe just a little bit too big. Afterwards the engine ran smoothly, but as soon as you touch the accelerator and it exits the idle position, the engine would stall and it would almost just die. But it picks up as soon as you depress the accelerator again. So it seems like the idle position is misaligned with the stroke of the accelerator. So what we're going to do is we're going to reset or remap the accelerator. I don't know if it will just reset the driving style profile, but we have to see. So let's enter and do just that. Okay, now inside we have to turn the ignition on all the way. Just before starting, ignition on. I think we should have put the foot down on the accelerator all the way, flat on the floor, and keep it there for 30 seconds, I believe. I don't know if it's necessary, but just in case. Okay, that should be 30 seconds. Let go of the accelerator. Turn off. I'm not sure if you have to put your foot down before turning the ignition on. I'm gonna do it that way as well, just in case. Foot down all the way to the floor. Just make sure the engine doesn't start. Ignition on. Let's wait another 30 seconds. Okay, that's about 30 seconds. Just a few seconds more, just in case. Let go of the accelerator. I think it's better to let go before we turn off the ignition, so that it gets the stroke right from the start, from the idle position. Now there was an error code 12 on the iCar soft scanner for the exhaust cam sensor. Now the car didn't actually start difficult, and it didn't run so rough except on the cold start sometimes, but we'll see how it runs. Okay, I'm gonna leave the accelerator in the idle position and just crank the engine, see if it starts by itself. Wow! I think there was a misfiring there. Okay, dance a bit. Another misfiring. Okay, as soon as I touch the accelerator, okay, the RPM drops a little bit, but it's not like it wants to stall as before. There's really some misfiring there. Don't know if it's the exhaust cam sensor. Apparently it's the cam sensor. Now I really have to move the accelerator quite a bit to get some RPMs. Okay, let's go have a look at the engine bay. Let's go have a look at the back, at the exhaust. There is a misfiring every now and then. Yes, sounds like it hunts a bit. Okay, looks like it's warming up a bit now. Okay, I'm gonna barely touch the accelerator. Okay, there's another drop, but not nearly as bad as it was the other day. Just let me show you there. Okay. I don't know if it wants to go for a ride to relearn the profile. I don't think it needs to learn any profile to be able to idle stably. Okay, there's a drop again, but it's not like halting. Okay, so I think I can take it for a little forward and backward test drive in the driveway. Okay, we're now out at the driveway. It didn't go so bad at all, but it was just that I hardly touched the accelerator. I just let it crawl out of the garage. Let's put it in drive and see how it pulls. Whoa! Yes, you can see that there's first that hesitation that the idling falls back and then it picks up suddenly when you touch the accelerator. Don't want to do that in reverse. The owner actually said when he reverses, the momentum of the car causes him to step hard on the accelerator. But I think it's just this idling problem, maybe that exhaust cam sensor. Let's put it in drive again and see how it goes. Okay, now it's just scrolling forward and I touch the accelerator. Okay, if you touch it gently, it will run gently, but you can feel there's a sudden burst. Okay, bursting. I can just imagine how the owner could feel that the momentum of his body is pressing on the accelerator, and it gets that sudden acceleration. Drive a little bit harder. Okay, it goes. I think the owner is gonna think it's a very sporty, just a sporty 325. So I don't want to test with the backward momentum, but I can feel that accelerator picking up suddenly. Okay, while we're waiting for the next warm test run, let's just go have a listen at the engine. Better to listen here to the exhaust. There's no misfiring. Really, it runs smooth. Oops. Not so much space for long legs. Okay, it's in drive. Let's see how it would pull at green, changing to green light. Okay. I think the owner wants it like this and actually believes that's how it should be. But let know in the comments, what do you think? Can you realize any problem with the exhaust cam sensor? I think the cold start is quite rough. Okay, let's just see how it idles. Put it in park and see how it just goes, putting the accelerator just out of the idle position. Okay, no, that's not good. Barely touching it. Okay, it dips a bit, but it's not nearly as bad as it was the other day. Okay, I think it should go for a real test drive and then we'll see. Maybe I should just give it some sudden punch, not flooring it, just letting it know that it can go further. Okay, it hunts a bit. I'm not touching the accelerator now. Okay, dips, stabilizes. Okay, I'm gonna touch the accelerator again. Nah, okay, no improvement. Okay, I think we can call it a ride. I'm not gonna go out on the road today. Just tell the owner he's got his punch back again. Okay, one last test run. Not touching anything now. Okay, let's go for that carport. Oops! Okay. I can imagine if you floor it, but I think it's just that position, the sudden position out of idle. Okay, let's go and park it. Thanks for watching, and please, if you realize anything like the exhaust cam sensor that could be at fault, what do you think? You guys who own a E46, please feel free to comment, and thanks for watching. Until next time. Hi everyone, I'm back again. I just pulled the car into the garage. I gave it a quick punch and then at the idling position the car just stalled. So let's see how it starts. A hot start. I'm not going to touch the accelerator again. I'm just going to turn the ignition on and crank the engine. Let's see what happens. Okay. What do you guys think? Could that be could it be that the exhaust cam sensor is at fault, or is just starting to smooth? You can hear it hunt. It's now a bit worse, but what I actually did is made some sound. Okay, now you're alive, eh? Okay, there was some misfiring or something with quite a hollow sound. Don't know if you can hear it. Okay, it's getting better. Okay, touching the accelerator again. Anyway, I think this is all for today. Thanks for watching.